Mr. Speaker, Canadians know there were dirty tricks on the last campaign, and they want an inquiry. What are the Conservatives hiding? Elections Canada is now asking for the age of those who received the fraudulent calls, and evidence suggests that an overwhelming number of those targeted were seniors. We're talking about seniors who are vulnerable to being misled, and who were at first identified as not supporting the Conservatives. How can the Conservatives be so underhanded that they would attempt to trick seniors out of their right to vote? So, why did they target seniors?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary to the Prime Minister.
Well, of course, Mr. Speaker, this party and this Prime Minister enjoys fantastic support from seniors right across this country because they know that this party has stood up for them. But we do know that there were deceptive calls made in the last campaign, Mr. Speaker. We know it for a fact because we gathered evidence on it. But the member from Guelph, let's be clear, for the last number of weeks, he's taken part in this opposition unsubstantiated smear campaign. But he's done so knowing full well the entire time, Mr. Speaker, that his campaign ran these illegal robocalls into the riding of Guelph. But he never indicated it to this House, Mr. Speaker. He has acted in a fashion that is disgraceful, deceptive, and dishonest.
The honourable member for London Fanshawe.
Mr. Speaker, a pox on both their houses. What we're seeing is evidence of a coordinated nationwide campaign to target the most vulnerable voters. And of course, these Conservatives have been going after seniors for a long time. First, they want to raise the OAS and take away a senior's right to retire in dignity, and now they want to take away their right to vote. Mr. Speaker, Conservatives will stop at nothing to get what they want, and Canadian seniors are paying the price. Why are these Conservatives targeting seniors?
Yes. The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary to the Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, when we brought in budgets that increased the age credit not once but twice, they voted against it. When we brought in legislation to increase OAS, they voted against it. When we brought in legislation to introduce pension income splitting, the NDP voted against it. We have no apologies to make with respect to what the NDP has done with seniors. But what we can also say very clearly, Mr. Speaker, is that the opposition, the NDP and Liberals, have taken part in an unsubstantiated smear campaign for these past 2 weeks. And we know now that the Liberal member from Guelph conducted illegal robocalls into his riding. He acted in a fashion that is deceptive, disgraceful, and dishonest, Mr. Speaker.
The honourable member for Hamilton.